On the occasion where you need to take a snapshot picture of your computer screen, whether it be to send to someone else or to save it as an image, for example, there's a built-in tool here in Windows 7 that will allow you to do just that. It's called the Snipping tool. We're going to explore it right now. I'm going to use this file that you see here in the 0404 subfolder of the Chapter 4 folder of my exercise files, but you can use any file you like. Let's say we want to share this with a home group, and we've never done this before. Well, we would select the file, and then we go up to Share With, and we would choose Home Group, and we want it to be a read-only file, so we'll choose Home Group Read. Now, if you've never set up a home group, this is the message that you're going to see. This is the window that opens up. Well, I'm not sure what to do at this point, so here's a typical scenario for the snipping tool. I call up tech support and say, I don't know what to do. Here's the screen that's popping up in front of me. They might ask me to describe it, but a better option might be to take a picture of it and just send it off to them. So we're going to do that now with our snipping tool. We'll go down to the Windows orb, and instead of navigating through all programs, accessories, etc., I like to type in the word snip. And you can see right at the top, under Programs, there's my snipping tool. So I'm going to click that to launch the snipping tool. I'm ready to start capturing parts of my screen. But before we do that, in the snipping tool window, you'll notice the new button is depressed. I'm ready to create a new snip. I can cancel this whole operation and change options. Let's go to options first so you know exactly what's about to happen. This instruction text is going to disappear, hide the instruction text if I click this checkbox right now. So I'm not seeing the instruction text in my capture. Now that doesn't include the entire window. It disappears temporarily while we capture a screen anyway, but we'll also include the instruction text. Always copy snips to the clipboard. That's going to happen when we select an area of our screen. It will be copied to our memory in computer so we can paste it in other applications or an email, for example. That's a good one to leave on. If we're capturing parts of a web page, we're going to include the URL below the snip. That's a nice feature. People know exactly where we got the picture from. Prompt us to save snips. If we try to exit without saving, we'll be prompted. If you like that, leave it turned on. And show screen overlay when snipping tool is active. And you'll see that in a moment, what that looks like. You can also change the ink color when you're actually highlighting an area of your snipped screen. And you can change the color. Let's go to red. You might have red if you've never used this before, but you can choose any color you like. And you can even show that selection after the snips are captured, or you can choose to leave this unchecked, and the area that you selected, that ink will disappear. So I'm going to do that and click OK. Now I've got my options set. I'm ready to create a new snip. There's different types of snips though. We can click the drop down to see them. A freeform snip, when you select it, changes your mouse pointer into scissors so you can actually select a freeform shape if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that one. For this particular example, a rectangular snip might be better, where we'll draw a box around the area we want to take a picture of. It can include a whole window or the entire screen. Let's go to rectangular snip. Notice my mouse pointer changes to crosshairs, and this is the area here that I want to include. So I'm going to start in the top left corner, just above this little icon representing home groups. When I click and start dragging, notice the color, it's red, and my little window disappeared, and when I let go, there it is. There's my capture. It appears in the snipping tool window, and this is exactly what I'm about to save or send off to somebody else. Here's my options on the toolbar to create another new snip, to save this one, and I can choose the location. It's already been copied to the clipboard automatically, so copy doesn't matter at this instance, but look at this, I've got send snip as well. I can click the drop down to send it to an email recipient. The image will appear in the email, or if I prefer that image to be attached to the email, I can choose this second option. If you were to do that, your default mail application will launch, and the image that you see in front of you right now will be attached to that email. We're not going to do that. Notice we also have a pen, so if we want to highlight a specific area, we can use the pen tool. You can choose a color. I'm going to choose red, and maybe the part that's confusing me is right here. So I'm going to just click and drag around it, and that becomes part of my image that I've saved. We also have a highlighter, so we want to highlight that as well, maybe, just like you would using a highlighter. Click and drag over the text, and you can erase any of those things that you've added to the screen using the eraser. I got a little spot up here. Maybe I don't want that, so click and drag over it, and it's gone. So if I tried to close this right now, we know it's automatically going to ask me to save it, but I'm going to click Save. And down below, it's going to be called Capture by default, but I'm going to say that this is a home group pic. And I can choose the type. Notice the different file types or graphic types I can save to. PNG set by default. I want to save this as a GIF. That's a nice small file if I'm going to be sending it by email. JPEG's a little bit bigger, but better detail. And it could be saved as an HTML file, so an actual web graphic. I'm going to choose JPEG. Now I'm going to choose the location right here in Pictures, in my Pictures library. When I click Save, I've now got that image. So many options for taking a screen capture and then saving or sending it off to other people, all thanks to the snipping tool.